Cannabis Planet, a gift from the galaxy.
Welcome to Cannabis Planet. I'm your co-host, Brandon Stone.
And I'm your co-host, Jean Marie Tolkien. It is great to be here tonight, Brandon.
It is great to be here, Jean Marie. And we have another exciting show for you this evening. And we will head out to New Mexico for a peek at last year's Drug Policy Alliance Conference.
We also have a patient testimonial / some do-it-yourself legal advice from our new friend Michael Yen that you do not want to miss. And of course, Chef Mike and our resident growing guru Ed Rosenthal will both be with us tonight as always.
Michael Yen is a medical cannabis patient residing in Riverside County. This past October, he was pulled over by a policeman for a routine traffic stop in Paris, California, in which the officer chose not to respect Michael's legal rights under California Proposition 215. Not only did the officer confiscate Michael's medicine, but he also charged him with possession and driving under the influence.
For obvious reasons, Michael did not take kindly to this. He wanted to do something about it, knowing in his heart that his rights had been violated. So, he consulted our friends at ASA, Americans for Safe Access, and by researching their website, was able not only to craft a legal defense for himself, but was able to have his medicine returned to him.
Returned to him?
He was able to write out a motion based on California health and safety codes that not only proved his innocence via protection of California Prop 215, but he was also able to order the Paris Police Department to return his medicine to him. Michael invited Cannabis Planet to tag along with him when he went to the police station to retrieve his medicine on January 6th. Let's take a look at this amazing story.
I've been wrongfully prosecuted many of times in my life, and it just feels good, you know, to beat the system for once. On October 18th, got pulled over for a simple traffic stop. When I pulled over, you know, I rolled down my window, and immediately, you know, I had, you know, a nice amount of kush in my car, which, you know, the cop smelled right away. And he basically asked, you know, if I had, you know, anything I was hiding. That's when I immediately told him that, you know, I was exercising my right to Proposition 215, and that, yes, I did have marijuana on me. He then put me in back of the squad car, and he basically told me that I was over the legal limit to hold, and that he was going to be confiscating it. I was nervous, and knew basically what was going to happen. He was going to confiscate regardless. It's never a pleasant experience with cops, and you know, I had to sit there for 2 hours, treated like a criminal, when it was a simple traffic stop. He basically did make a mockery about, you know, my rights and the rights we do have being a medical marijuana user. He just, you know, laughed and stated that, you know, good luck on trying to get my marijuana back. Basically, I went home and I knew that, you know, there were, you know, laws regarding, you know, medical marijuana users. Got online and started educating myself in regards to the Proposition 215 and what I can do to defend myself against wrongful prosecution. Found a website that basically gives you a sample of how to file a motion of return. You know, used instead of their name written out, and put my name with my case numbers, so I'd have that at arraignment, you know, so I wouldn't have to go, you know, to court 2 or 3 times. Have the Garden Grove versus the state of California petition on me, so he can have that on hand. Have my script ready to, you know, say what I had to say, know my penal codes, basically know all my rights and all the laws. Gathering up all the information and printing out the file a motion, it took probably 4 hours. There was a lot of defendants there that had, you know, possession charges. I was able to see a lot of the, you know, the actual defendants go up and basically plead guilty to, you know, community service, $500 fine, and, you know, not even try to fight against it. And I was just kind of amazed on how, you know, the system was, and, you know, people not knowing their right. When I went up there, the public defender said it would be in my best interest to go ahead and wait, because it's never a good thing to defend yourself. I went up to the judge, and what I did was informally request to have this case dismissed. I showed him my recommendation, showed him my state ID card. They had no choice other than to dismiss. I went ahead and asked the judge, Your Honor, I would like to go ahead and file a motion of property. The judge was actually surprised and asked if I actually had to file a motion. Basically, if the case is considered dismissed, you must return property. Asked for the file a motion, signed it right there. Public defenders gave me a big thumbs up. Actually, one of them came up to me, gave me a handshake while I was still up on the judge and said, hell of a job. If people got more educated in regards to, our laws and everything, I think a lot of the wrongfully prosecuted people today, wouldn't be paying fines and doing community service. This is just a huge victory for me, myself, knowing that, Proposition 215 does work. And not only can you defend yourself against, charges against marijuana, but you can get your marijuana back. It was just a feeling of victory knowing that going to the police station, never in my life thinking that I would be going to a police station and having a sheriff handing me a bag of my marijuana. It felt great. Anyone who has, the need to use medical marijuana should have that right. I'm 31 years old and I'm an operations manager for a medical group. It felt good to know that I know my rights and that I can defend myself. It goes to show that, 215 is alive and popping.